another video. So again, I guess, I don't know, this is a part of the journey. I'm reflecting on things, of the past, or, past things with relationships, especially I would feel amongst men or men, right? And Mother Nature, or just the natural women, okay? The women that actually are behind the scenes raising the children that are going to one day be the merchants and leaders and whatever else in the world. I feel like people downplay that role a lot, and or just healers or nurturers that are naturally that way. And I feel like, again, it could be there's something with this new green energy. I don't know. It feels like it's maybe replacing that fossil fuel or that old world love, or that old. It's like we're going down this journey that's going to have us over this mountain that we can't go back from. If you are just an authentic, natural individual, it's almost like you're not going to fit into this. I'm hearing astroturf. Is that what that stuff is called? That fake grass? You know what I'm saying? These are the women I feel that are maybe targeted mentally. They're supposed to be staying in a certain place here, because that type of healing people like to hold on to or keep it for themselves, or something of that nature, or maybe downplay it so that others won't think that it's that awesome to be a certain type of way. So there's something about nature. I'm just sitting out here right now and the wind is blowing, and there's something about, like I said, the air and the trees, and just hearing the rustling of the leaves. And I don't know, it's just something, like I said, that I just was thinking of, and just being a child again, and standing in these same, the birds chirping, things like that. It made me think about when I used to be living at my grandma's house, and like that playful something, that element of being a child in nature, with other children that are in nature. And I notice how today, especially after the dis-ease that swept the world, okay? You really don't see that much anymore. And if you do see, like, again, in this neighborhood, I don't know, maybe there's not that many children in this neighborhood. I don't know. I'm kind of realizing that I don't see that many children. But, I might see, like, families with children, that their children play with themselves or whatever in their yard or something like that. But I don't see, like, the admixture of children going from place to place or home to home, and, partaking in things. It's almost even the same thing I feel like with adults in this day and age. It's even somebody like me, that has been accustomed to being alone, or, secluding myself in order to kind of take this direction. It's a journey, maybe the road less traveled, but, the journey to within, okay? So I don't know. I'm just thinking about that, and then I just wanted to go ahead and pull out this deck here, this Earthcraft deck, and I feel like it's mixed with another, happy deck, okay? I can't remember exactly what name. What is it? Oh, the Divine Beloved. So the Divine Beloved deck mixed with Earthcraft deck. All right, so let's just see what kind of energy we can put on today with these particular cards, and I feel like, there's room for everyone. But I feel like, again, this goes with the whole, movement in another direction, as if I was watching something about, like, LGBTQ and them. And it was kind of like offensive, because it's like, once you get into that conversation, there's no way getting out unscathed. Because, I feel like there's a lot of emotions, maybe a lot of hormonal energy or something mixed up with that. But, people get directly in their feelings. It's like almost that is the new so-called racist movement. For a long time, they had us fighting with each other about race, and, never really addressing publicly how to fix that issue. And now the new issue that has taken form, that everybody's concerned about, and you have to watch your mouth and you can't say certain things, is that energy. And again, I love all people and they're free to be who they are. We all have our ways of looking at society, the way things are constructed, the way certain cultural, certain cultural aspects of different groups and things like this. It's just like, you know, I don't know that there's that many people out there that's just like, I'm going to do this to somebody because they are this color. Like, I don't get that. I don't see that, right? Or I'm going to harm this person because they are, you know, maybe gay or trans. Like, I really don't think that it's so I feel like there must be another underlying issue that we're really talking about here. All right, this may be trying to make people that are wanting to protect the border feel like they're some kind of monsters because we're the only country in the world that feels like we should be able to freely let anybody in onto this soil. And when you do that, you're diminishing, you know, those people of antiquity, which again have come down low right now because of their ignorance about certain things, while others again, or the so-called forefathers of others, maybe like third generational Americans, are coming in and, you know, really rising up. So again, maybe this has this rising energy, like it's almost like not until you bless me. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to the government, it's like, oh, okay. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that combative measure, America versus the United States. It's almost like a husband and a wife or something like this. And she's concerned about her children, but the husband is worried about business. And it's kind of like just like a family dynamic. You know, most of the times, you know, like I said, in where we're from, you know, you don't want to get pregnant when you're young, but most of us did. You know, we ended up in families or with childhood sweethearts and stuff like this, okay? Some of us, you know. And then, you know, there was a certain tempo created within the household where there was a, you know, plan laid out that the mother would stay there with the children or whatever, and then the father would go work. But there's a dynamic there, you know what I'm saying? You may have been okay with going without without everything because, you know, it's only one person working in the household, but it was really about molding the children, okay, at that point in time. And so again, I feel like I think, and I'm just talking my story, because instead of when these women get middle age, instead of, you know, throwing them off the bus, or, you know, deeming them unfit to move on into society, those are the people that you want to nurture something, to show you how to help grow and heal something. So, you know, there's just this, like I said, there's just this dynamic I was just thinking about. It's almost like the woman stays home and work and shut her mouth, but, you know, that might have been what it was a long time ago, but that probably ain't what it is now, okay? And you can still be a strong woman and, you know, really be a director in your household and things like this, even if you don't go out in the work field. I think that people want to make it seem like that is a disease on its own if you don't have a career or something like this. But it's like my career was doing what I did, right? But I feel like a lot of women are moving on into, you know, this may feel like a spiritual journey even. You're going on from being like a child of that man's, you know what I'm saying, into being a grown woman. It's like you're not a little girl, you're a woman. You know, keep sweat, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that I feel like, again, the soul tribe or my guides have been leading me through that because I'm not done yet. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And although I still have one, you know what I'm saying, here that I'm responsible for, you know, there's more. All right. So I stand for those women because it seems like, you know, most times because it seems like they don't have a voice. You know, these are the ones that people could deem unfit to carry on or mentally ill or something like this, so that they can't, because they think differently than the world. They haven't have to been on that hamster wheel. You know, they've been able to kind of be free to be themselves and still have a form of like creativity or that youthful ingredient that may come with, you know, playing with children or grandchildren. And, you know, I don't know, it's just something magical. Something very magical, okay? Where, you know, everybody may not see it the same way because they've been, you know, strapped to the bull and they've been riding it, you know what I'm saying, since 15 or something. So I feel like people think that just because that's the case for some women, like, oh, I started working at 15 and I've been doing for myself ever since then. That's grand. But some people didn't have to, but that don't mean that you haven't been a strong woman and dominant in your domain, you know what I'm saying, and taking care of things. So I don't know. I just was looking at this in a different way. I don't even know if this has anything to do with anything. But it's that whole mammying energy versus, you know, another energy. It's almost like if someone is considered to be that mammy energy and she's also got the smarts to go on and do other things, she may not have those same credentials as others, but again, that doesn't deem her unfit for certain things. So I don't know, it's just that. So again, it's about taking this step or forward or something like this. I feel like that's what the guides have been doing, getting me to see something here. Because again, you know, when you are at home, there are things that could be hidden from you that you may not know, right? Those are the things I guess I'm trying to figure out. But again, for me, it you know what I'm saying? I can't fathom it really being on the 3D scale the way that I see things. But what I can do is see that, again, on that common law energy or that kingdom spouse energy, where the spiritual aspect has been broken to pieces a little bit because some have gone astray. And I feel like it has something to do with this other aspect of different type of feminine energy coming into the country and throwing the female off with different type of masculine energy coming into the country. That could be being thrown off balance, especially for some of you who feel like you've been in a mental prison or things just haven't been going right or something like this, you know. You know, people's balance. I wanted to even just say pH balance. I don't know, maybe off, like regardless if you're practicing celibacy or not. So it's something spiritual. There's a spiritual essence of this that I feel like I'm trying to learn and see. It tears apart. Like, yeah, I think the dynamic too with certain groups of individual when new people come in. You know, it reminds me of, I went to this school called Webster School, and I was coming from, you know, I was coming from South. Let's see. I was coming from, you know, growing up in the suburbs, you know, around Chicago, we'll say that. And then, you know, I was, you know, really, and we were living like a projects or whatever, okay? And I remember the change when I came up, and we, you know, I've always still been the type of quiet person that stick close to family and stuff like that. But I remember going to that school, that new school, and it was middle school for me. And meeting different people and feeling different than these people, but it was kind of like intriguing, but at the same time, you know, I can feel the energy, you know? I was kind of quiet and everything like this, and I feel like there's a group of girls. There's a group of girls. And I feel like, again, low-key in the background, these the same individuals that be trying to send, you know what I'm saying, throw salt my way. A lot of their names have been coming back up. I don't know why. From 5th grade up until about, you know, like I said, middle school. And again, usually that's telling me that something is going on with my energy or my energy field. So I remember coming in and these girls were looking at me all funny. And it's kind of like, you know, it's like one of the boys that all the girls kind of liked or got along with, or he was like a handsome boy or whatever, might have been, you know, interested in me, and we might have been talking and everything, but his mom did not like me. But I don't think his mom was like like really like that for any females, but I think especially me, I don't know, maybe. And but I remember like even getting into it with females, and they were less like following me around in a mob and starting rumors, saying things that weren't true. They were, you know, talking about people's smell and odor to try to make you feel bad about something, like walking around like, oh, do you smell that or something like this? And I knew I didn't smell like anything, you know, so it was just that kind of energy here, moving uptown. You know what I'm saying? But these people were, again, they were still so-called black people, you know, but, you know, or American Indians or whatever, but it's just, the dynamic was changed. So again, I've always been somebody that reads people, reads situations, thinks back on things. I don't know. I don't know. I've always been like that. I think they backed off a little bit when I was talking to this guy. but there was still something there. And then slowly but surely, some of them, I think in high school, we went through, you know, middle school or whatever, but in high school, you know, middle school was a lot of me, you know, we was going to school, but, or we was getting picked up to go to school, but we didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we might not have made it. We might have been riding around listening to the music with my cousin. Okay? And you know what? His name was Freeman. His last name was Freeman. So it's kind of like, you know, it was a free something from whatever else was going on there, you know? Um, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Okay, maybe it don't matter. Okay. So, you know, I remember that. That was the thing. We might go sit at his house and listen to more music, you know what I'm saying? And then just do things or whatever. And, you know, yeah. But I feel like in high school, it kind of opened up where, you know, these girls just knew who I was. I respected them for them and who they were and everything like that. And, you know, I guess they did the same with me, but we wasn't like tight. But it was like a handful of these girls or whatever that I probably got really close with. I could even call them my cousin or whatever. So, but it's funny. I don't know why I'm hearing Gangsta Lean, okay? That song Gangsta Lean, that's what we used to listen to, you know, when we were in the Greens, okay? And then I remember being at Webster, and I think the thing was Bone Thugs and Harmony at that time. All right, and I even remember they had this concert. Okay, why am I getting off? Because I guess these are things that were fun, you know, that's where we're here, is the lighten the mood or whatever, okay? So, you know, I remember this one group, and I don't know why something keeps bringing me back to think about that group. What did that boy look like? What is it that you liked about that boy? You know, it was a group that came to our school, and they were doing performances on the stage or whatever. And it was like a teenage boy group or something. I don't even know what kind of music they were playing. I mean, I think the boy was just so damn cute that was on the stage. I couldn't even think about what it was, okay? So, like I said, I'm that kind of person. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's certain people, like I said, that I click with. And it's kind of like, it could be all these people in the room, but for some, and so this make me think, is this some kind of spiritual essence that's been following me around my whole life? Because I'm really picky, you know, choosy lover, or choosy with like who I spend my time with, or who I even connect with on any level. This could be somebody that, you know, you go to a party and it's just you and this person, y'all vibing with each other, and you kind of communicating through the air, you know what I'm saying, with what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think even one time going on a trip, this is just so funny. Like, it doesn't go all the way all the time to a relationship or even anything intimate. But I remember, I swear for like, oh, let's finish one story. Okay, so again, this guy, I don't know how in the hell this happened, but out of the crowd, something about eye contact or something happened, and then I don't know how I got this person's phone number. I think he threw it at me or threw it to me off the stage or something, or how the hell, I don't know. Okay, but I remember calling this guy or whatever, but never really getting a response, and just like, oh, okay. And I think one day he called me, okay? But that didn't really last that long, okay? But that, like, I've always had these strange experiences with these masculines. And I wonder if these are people that, like, because I keep playing around with somebody saying, oh, like, there was a guy that rolled past my house, right? And he was looking at the house real strong. And then he when I got to the gas station I was going to, he was at the gas station. We almost ran into each other. And then, you know, when he left out of the gas station, I came back home, and then he was back over here by our house. So, you know, it was then that I was like, oh, yeah. He was like, oh, Shalon. He said, Taurus said, Shalonda something. And I said, well, I don't know. He was like, I don't know if I'm going to leave you out here by yourself in the car. And I said, I don't know. Maybe somebody picked up on my scent or something. Like, I don't know, because the look that he gave me in the driveway was strong. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that kind of strong look. You know what I'm saying? When I am in my home or at my house, you know, it's just weird. Okay. So, like, I'm wondering back at these type of moments here. I'm hearing like angel in disguise, right? I don't know. Because I swear, I totally fell in love with this guy. We fell in love with each other on a plane ride. I think I went to the jam. No, I went to All-Star Weekend in Arizona. I think that was coming back from All-Star Weekend. And we just had a really good conversation. I mean, we was sleeping and drooling on each other, and sharing blankets and stuff. It was just like this experience or whatever that I would never forget. And like I said, nothing inappropriate really happened or anything, but it was just a connection or a bond or something. And it's just like all the time. That's where we're going with this. So somebody's trying to show me something, an ancestor or something. And it takes me every time I go on a vacation or something, I come back home, it's just like, and I know everybody feels that way. But there's something different about the way that men treat me away from home. Because even this boy that I was in that relationship with, I moved from boys just hitting on me and trying to grab on me and groping. I was like one of those girls that developed very early in the 4th grade, like a full D, okay? So, that was just known, which again, other girls looking on are like, oh, I can't stay. So it's just making me think about this energy of this light or something that some people must carry here. And I have finally gone from being beat up or having to roll around in the boys like you, so they beating up on you, trying to pull your clothes down in front of everybody to embarrass you. It went from that to kind of like having like relationships with men. I'm telling y'all, it has to have something with energy or something, okay? With guys that, really liked me, but they maybe didn't know how to express it. And so they would act nonchalant about the way they felt, right? But again, like I said, that's when I moved up, when we moved on up, okay, to the north side, okay? Yeah. But then we go on down to, like I said, when I started to travel, my sister and her friend, one of her good friends, she would say, hey, we're going here. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Kids straight, let them go, And so, I didn't realize then until going to all these different places how men, I don't know, it was just different. It was like a more mature level. Now, I'm not saying every man from where I'm from is not mature, okay? What I'm saying is there is something, it's almost like, I am feeling this energy, like somebody's trying to push me out the way or move me, but it's almost like, again, there's like some grounding here. It's like, this is my throne, but it's like somebody else wants, you know what I'm saying? These are like my stomping grounds, but somebody else wants me out of the way so that they can consume these stomping grounds. But it's kind of like, I don't have just one stomping ground. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is what these female ancestors are saying. Don't be afraid. You don't have just one stomping ground. And I feel like, again, the whole thing about finance or whatever is, I don't know, we got king here at the top, okay? And we got rise. That's crazy. And then we have crop circles, messages, curiosity, and signs. Wow, y'all. I didn't even look at this. I didn't. I promise I did not. I seen rise, but I didn't notice these two. You see? I don't know, up from the ashes. But this is like somebody like, oh my God, I feel so silly a little bit, okay? It's like somebody, you being somebody that have to have your back against the wall and your fist up. It's like little orphan Annie when she was like, I'm gonna, it's like that. When maybe somebody in the background got, pushed to the side because I've been in that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is not that bad. So and I'm not one, I don't know why I'm so cheesy and smiley right now, but I think that there were some constraints here. I do really necessarily think that. And I feel like a veil has been lifted. I feel like, again, I'm someone that, I'm really not afraid. Once I get to the curtain, I'm not going to be afraid to pull it back and see what's behind it. Matter of fact, I want to know what's behind it, Yeah, but I was just talking to my daughter and I'm like, just because I know she's seen things, especially over the past 2 years, that changed our lives and the way we look at the family dynamic and everything like this. A lot of aggression and things and, things like that, volatile things that she might have experienced that may traumatize her. And the fact that, I feel like, again, on the outside looking in is easy to say. But again, that's the one part about that at-home mom energy, though, is being in that especially with this new world social credit system energy, you know, you could be, you know, in some trouble if you don't really, I guess, have some kind of skills or something like this. But you could be a whole like network of your own, really. But you know, like again, I feel like there's blockages being created for awesomeness to not be able to sprout, okay? And it's not always the men and it's not always the women. I think it's just really more of whatever this dynamic is, okay? This race to the top. That's the real race that I consider being a problem. You know, for a certain group of people to race to the top and then having to trample over or slaughter or slew or use paper genocide to kill off, you know, someone else, okay? That may be, again, my people perish because of lack of knowledge, okay? So again, but there's a difference with, you know, man's look at being someone who's made it. And then again, when it comes to you doing the work on yourself and realizing that you've made it to a certain destiny within yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have that. And some people that look like they have it all together on the outside may not have that. But that's where I feel like this different sector energy of this is why some of this stuff was supposed to be happening here. Okay, maybe where certain people were going to be able to intermingle with other people that they would not normally be able to create some type of balance here. I feel like it's the only way to level things out and balance them out when it comes to global warming or anything of that nature. Because again, this could be, you know, this could be the feminine energy that's very strong and powerful within, fighting against or being burned, you know, by the system, told no by the system. No, 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 no. But I'm saying, yeah, 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 yeah. So it's kind of like that. So again, this is kind of like a phoenix rising energy, all right? And then we have the crop circles or the message of curiosity and signs, okay? And then we have the king, which is the light attributes to the king is enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge, okay? And it says the shadow attributes is excessive feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraint. Okay. Okay. Okay now. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, touche. Okay, touche, touche. Okay. Maybe that's that, you know, Capricorn, I don't know, Libra something, okay? All right. Because, you know, excessive feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraints. Now, okay, I don't know about the entitlement part, okay? Because, you know, I haven't been able to feel that yet in my life, except for with the love of God. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but again, rulership without restraint. Now, again, I was just thinking about this. I promise you I was. You can't control something that's of nature or a natural aspect. You can get it to compromise or her to compromise, but, you know, because there was this post, somebody said something like unruly women or something, not something in their place or something. And it was a funny, like, image of somebody pulling down their glasses and looking like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, it's something about a wildflower energy. Like, I can't be tame, but I could be cordial. You know what I'm saying? I just have that, like that wild. It is kind of wild. It is like me feeling like who can hold me down. But there's also this energy that led me to being this type of person that when people burn me, I will be the one to still walk towards you on fucking fire. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if I feel like it's wronged. Or somebody was purposely targeted or something and you see that. I'm the person that will still be walking towards you while I'm on fire. And if I know that you did it on purpose, I might try to reach out and touch you so that you can burn too. That's just balance to me. Depending on the level of things. All right? But I'm also one that knows that, again, when you see a light in someone or you see something in someone, you allow them to go on. But I'm also one that see games being played here where somebody wants me to take a back seat. And if one time in my life when I want to look at myself, I'm going to be being looked at as selfish. But it's almost like both of us are supposed to be doing it together. But if somebody is trying to get out of that. And that's what we're talking about biblical here with the Jesus and Christ energy. There's the masculine energy, the male form. We'll say that the male form is always trying to denounce the female form and keep her in the background and also still be linked to her energy. So again, you feel like you can't grow, you can't move, you can't do these things, because you're not realizing that this masculine being attached to you and still wanting to take someone else to the top, that person is also fueling or feeding off of you in a sense. All right, so again, it's about that. It's about that dynamic. So you could have two people of the same tier, or they might both have something like financial in common or a background of schooling in common, but they may not share anything within their heart. They may or they may not. You know what I'm saying? But they won't be able to share this kind of. I feel like, and we're just gonna say it when it comes to my energy with this masculine. That person and I know what it is. So I don't know. I feel like it's third party situations like, government, leadership, these other things, these are people that can make things happen and shake when they want to. But when it comes to doing what's right and what's natural, and I think that's what's wrong, that's what's missing maybe from some of these dynamics here with these leaders, right? They're going off of what the school, with the their families say or what these other people say instead of going off of how they feel. They know it's a problem or why is it something with this energy here, but they will go off of whatever to, save face maybe. To save face with family and friends and associates and work members, I think that in Gaslit, that one guy did a really good job though of balancing out his wife and his job, even knowing that she was just this thorn in the side of, possibly the government at that time. I think he did a decent job. I mean, I didn't make it all the way through the series, but Okay, so we got Virgin. Something telling me to pull this here. Let's put that there. So maybe, what is this? Okay, Virgin, the light attributes. Now, I know that somebody may not be, they might be like, girl, Virgin. That ain't, some things that have been done spiritually, I feel, and this is another thing. Of course, you made the choice, you did the things. But I think that a lot of the stuff you maybe didn't realize who you were or what you had to offer and why, you got wrapped up into certain situations. Why you were so offering to people with your energy or your time or your yoni or whatever it will be. Okay, some of it is starting to make sense to me. Some people are natural born healers, or I don't know why she just did that, but anyways. But again, you've never had, and this is what I was just telling my daughter. I don't want to feel like I don't want you to think that a tit for tat relationship, or you do this for me, I do that for you. I want to teach them that there is something. It's almost like being a woman, or a wife, but being a worker. So I feel like, I don't know, this right here, somebody might be looking at somebody like, well, we know you're not a virgin now. But, it's almost like with these red dots here in this flow here, it's almost maybe thinking, how they would say something like popping someone's, what I'm about to say, okay? Because we're trying to tone it down over here, okay? This is giving me the energy of this, and how she's covered up like this and holding herself like this. This is just like somebody that's like a virgin to a certain kind of love, a certain type of something. It's like someone that's not used to that. Maybe you've always been someone to please others in relationships or whatever, intimacy levels or conversation. You're the one that everybody comes to with their problems and everything. And then when you talk about your problems, you know, then people want to change the subject or be like, girl, that's just you playing around, or treat like it's a joke or something. But people know you got something to say, right? But I feel like that's kind of like the case or whatever. And you know, I don't know, y'all. It says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Because I feel like it does have to do with that too. Because I feel like a lot of this journey was to try to scar someone's heart here. You know, forced to sense things when you can't get to. I keep hearing can't get next to you. I feel like the masculine was saying it to me and I was saying it to him. And it's like, you know, what is it between us? Is it these people? Is this what is it? You know, let's move it the fuck out the way. Like, you know, something like that, okay? So purity of heart. It's almost like that inner alchemy, like I can't hold no grudge. You know, and maybe again, you know, because I've seen so much heart dis-ease in my family. I can't hold no, you know, I just can't. That may be even why spirit keeps some things from me. But then again, it's just like, you know, I need to know those things though, you know, in order to move forward. Because again, I feel like some of that stuff is stored somewhere inside of yourself. And you have to find those things too. Those things that have been hidden or that may go with this galactic confederation energy where y'all know how in Jupiter ascending, it would be these crazy scenes that would happen. And then they would erase everything and make it look brand new. Like nothing, buildings breaking, you know, burning down and everything. And then the next thing you know, they've did some kind of magic or something. It's like nothing never happened there. So I feel like some assault on a different level this person might have experienced, but she may be a virgin to whatever this energy is that she's been, you know, probably cloaked in or something. I keep hearing darkness or something here. We have vampire here, okay? All right, and then we have God in reverse here, okay? So again, this may be, like I said, some kind of something to do with these vampiric or these, because look how she's covering up. That's just giving me some kind of something here. You know, she may be trying to shield her heart to remain pure and not get angry about, again, these vampire spirits that have been sucking off of her or something like this. And then the guides that failed her or turned their back on her, you know, and maybe it's because she didn't want to give something that they were getting, but she learned how to block or to heal that part of herself so that, you know, she could move forward. And some people didn't like that, or now you're nothing to these particular people then. But it's almost like gatekeeper energy or something, like somebody had to do it or something like this. And whoever's still left standing on the other side or comes along with them is who it really is, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. And it says shadow attributes are fear of intimate union. Okay, so yeah, maybe somebody might be fearing that. Like maybe they don't even know. But maybe this is maybe what somebody is struggling with. Maybe I could be struggling with this. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know what that is. You know, and I'm not trying to downplay. Like I said, I've been in a union, so-called union, but there's been strange activity that I've discovered, okay? We're just going to call them landings from legacies. And, you know, so right when I found out, like, whoa, wait. This person don't even look nothing. Like when I started to see like something is not right here or something, people have changed a lot. And I don't mean just physically now, but there's emotion, like spiritually, like something that I didn't notice before, like this rhythm or something that was not there. I didn't find that until actually my twin flame came in. That rhythm, that's something that just goes. Huh. So, you know, it's not to shade nobody, but it's just like, you know, it's that limitless energy is just like, hey, if that came knocking at my door, you know, just like people find somebody in the workroom at work and they end up having some type of something. If something that came my way that way, then hey, I probably will have to see what's going on here. But again, I feel like several obstacles and blockages and stumbling blocks. The whole thing about putting a stumbling block in Zion is so funny because I have family in a place called Zion. All right. I'm not going to be specific of where it is. Right. There's lots of Zions. I don't know why I'm getting this scorpionic energy, though. It's almost like a Okay. All right. Okay. So something else could have been freaky. Okay, so this may be again feeling self-conscious about this intimacy or something like this because maybe you the shit in another dimension here. But in the 3D, it might not be that way. So maybe that could be something, but it's really not. Maybe it's two people. Okay, I'm seeing two people that might be virgins when it comes to real love. It's like these people were created just for each other. For I don't know. I heard eternity, but that's fearful for me. Okay, okay. Forever words and shit like that. You know, I'd be like, okay, can we just like pick? Because my whole thing is, you guys, nobody want to get, with this stuff, and it's so new, and it's just like, nobody want to, just, I mean, come on, man. It have to be something, let's just make sure this is what this is first. Like, can we decide forever after the initial, lunch date or something? Like, God, Because sometimes I be thinking my masculine has been swapped out, or he is just not with us anymore or something like this. And somebody's just trying to trick me or something. Like, so it's not really, okay, all right. Union was in reverse yesterday. Okay, so maybe this is, I don't know what this is, y'all. But how can somebody be if they've been, well, I guess they can. Because this is a different type of love or something. This is a different type of connection here. And somebody's used to, like I said, maybe these guides that were guiding them the wrong way. I'm even hearing borrowing cars or chasing cars. And then this vampiric energy here in reverse. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so again, vampiric in the upright or the light attributes, which this is not. This is in reverse. We're going to read both. It says, makes you aware that someone or something is draining you of your life force. So this is probably what somebody already did. Okay. Wow, guys. Okay, that's scary. Because I've been thinking like, okay, is it the spiritual connection or this physical one? But I know one thing with this physical one, there's this hump that can never get, everything else can be kosher, peaceful, and everything like this. It's something about somebody said that Satan will keep a sanctuary real peaceful or something for you. I posted it. I posted it on my Instagram story. But, yesterday I felt like somebody just did something. They did like a switcheroony. Like somebody opened the door and closed it, or they did something. Like, it felt like, how it might feel when you go into jail or something. And, or like Betty might have felt when she went into that shelter underground and the door slammed. You realize what the fuck this really is. Okay, that could be dire for someone. I feel like, again, somebody wanted me to feel that way. Somebody that's gunning for the position or something like this. But I'm the type of person that just, block that out and keep on. And I feel like that's just important. I guess maybe that's this thing where it's just like, this little girl will not give up, will she? It's kind of like that. Or God ain't letting nothing bad happen to this person, really. Not on that level, I guess. So it could be, again, like I said, this could be tough love. Yeah, okay. So again, okay, so I feel like somebody already made me aware, myself even, of that, okay? But the shadow attribute is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency, okay? Okay, I can see this. Okay, I can see this here because I feel like somebody, okay, so this is the part where somebody's trying to block somebody out purposely. Somebody's trying to block somebody out purposely, knowing that the next thing they're going to do is look for their guides, but the guides are in reverse. And then the next thing you're going to do is look, to people that are in your likeness or in your group or your tribe. And that you realize, wait a minute, what's wrong with this? No, I need to know what I know about what the fuck is going on, to refrain back to yourself. So to refer back to yourself. So I feel like this could be, yeah, okay? Or just realizing if something was codependent. I feel like somebody is trying to show in a either a 3D connection, you know, a twin flame, twin ray connection, that somebody is codependent, but I don't think so. If there's a codependency, it is love, and that there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even codependence. That's just a natural attraction, a magnetic force, something that man and other people may not be able to explain. But these two people are going to be walking away from each other with their head down. It's almost like it could be too late even. It's almost like that's what somebody wanted. These 2 years should have been spent doing something together, but you know, something else was going on here to stop some type of union. And I think that the main thing is these group of people knew that with that union and that shared love that these people probably would never get again, they feel like that's going to block this person from elevating or somebody from elevating. And I feel like, again, they're wrong. But it will be great. That's what the plan is. That's probably what God's plan is. I don't know. Okay? Or was. Because again, somebody can be codependent on someone financially, and somebody can be codependent on somebody emotionally. Or two people can balance each other out because one is more spiritual and more is about healing that the other person needs. And one may be leaving a situation where they may need that other person to help them, you know, get their game up. It's not a usury. It's not gold diggership or gold digging either. You see what I'm saying? Because these people that are saying that about gold digger, they are the same ones that's getting a leg up spiritually or something from someone else. It took for them to attack this union between a masculine and a female, and a feminine, okay? It took for them to attack that union to even make it up. The reason why some of these people are able to breathe. You get what I'm saying? So they would like to keep it like that because, again, when these two people are separated, it's almost like you're in a sleep energy or you don't want to do nothing else. You want to just think about this person. Even if you try to move on or something like this, you just think about this person. And that's the direct energy that these energy vampires need you in order to feed off of you. Okay? So we have a guide here in reverse. Light attributes represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Okay, so this may be somebody else's energy I'm picking up on because I feel like we are already talking about this. So really this would be in the upright if it were talking to us. And we got this owl and this girl, and we have this light here in her tunnel or something like this, okay? But we have the shadow attributes, which is in reverse. It places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So this could be the masculine energy that I'm picking up on. Could be the masculine, okay? But I'm seeing this woman with these flames here. Like, okay, if that's the case, then if somebody's just about their money, then I'm hearing that with this red hair and stuff is bitch better have my money. All right. So I don't know if this is reverting to a masculine being connected to a certain female that's been benefiting off of his feminine, or if this is a masculine that has been benefiting off of his feminine some kind of way here. All right. And then just knew all along because they may be narcissistic that they were going to be moving on. So that would be usury. You see what I'm saying? That would be usury. Okay. Or usurping, or a pirate behavior here, okay? All right, so those are the cards that we have here, okay? But then we have thief in reverse here. So again, I feel like with this fire and desire here, okay? And this womb energy, something going on in her womb. It may be womb work was done on her. Look, this is this split here. Like, look, you see the split right here in between her womb? This gives me like damage has been done. Somebody could do damage or they did do damage or something. But again, this is also, you know, again, when I have my twins, I end up getting some kind of like muscle thing where my muscle split open here and it makes my stomach form funny or whatever. But yeah, there's something about yoni something, and it also looked like her leg is cut off. Her right leg. You know, there was some damage throughout this 2-year thing that happened to my leg when something happened here. It's like war wounds. It's really warrior energy. Like I have scars, battle scars, internal and, you know, external from these past 2 years of, I know that there was some type of possession or something being used. That's the only reason that has it. So I'm even still here now. And that I'm someone who can still, you know, be in a gift energy with certain people and be unscathed. It's almost like that Christ energy in me that I can't turn around. I can't turn away anybody that comes to me for help or guidance or something. It's making me think about God hating one and loving the other when it came to Jacob and Esau. And people say that God didn't hate, but no, God killed too and hated. You know, I'm just saying, let's go ahead and just keep it real, okay? We got a thief here, okay? Wow, it's bringing back into a conversation that me and Tori created them. And I'm like, yeah, or something. But then I changed my tune on that a little bit later. But, you know, he was like, whatever. But then also that's making me think about even now dealing in a certain energy. But I feel like, again, it depends, like I said, on who you are. Because, you know, that could be a problem that somebody that is like a big dog energy might approach something new or someone that God placed or something. You never know. The world is forever turning. This may be like, again, an OG God. Like you look up to this person as a mentor. You love this person unconditionally or something. You find out that they really want to squash you like a bug because that's how they see you. Because you didn't have the same type of lifestyle or something as them or something like this. And you may not know that God has lifted somebody else up in some situation where, you know, that might be somebody's downfall or something. I don't know. It's almost like on Legacies when that God is coming towards, that old God wakes up or whatever, and he starts coming towards hope. It's kind of like that energy. And the crazed girlfriend, there might be a hawk energy in this energy, okay? Or lover. Like this could be even just like a 5D lover or something like this, okay? Was trying to really kill her or damage her. She was dark but light, you know. Her and this guy kind of got along. He wanted to kind of assist her, but again, one person that might be looked at as a virgin little girl might be the thing that bring those two down. I'm only talking about people right now that I know is in my energy for a fact. Like a little bit too much. Okay? So we have the thief here. It says shields, the light attributes is sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So, okay. So yeah, I feel like this is what I feel today. So, but it's in reverse here. So the shadow attributes is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Okay, so like I said, this makes me think with this touching this is giving me the energy of a female or a masculine energy that's like, oh, I gotta go, or I'm walking away, or you're not good enough, or but really this is what they've done. They're trying to do this here. All right, they want to turn you into a beggar for something that you are already use these how they are, okay? So, to gain control, yeah, so control and stealing. Isn't this what we just talked about last night? I could swear this is what we just talked about. And then bringing somebody to a beggar state. You know, it's like I've done my part throughout my relationship to be able to sit back and have the necessities and, you know, comfortably raise my children. You know, I did my part. It may not have been perfect, but I did my part. Clothes may not have been done and cleaned all the time, but I done my part, you know. When my children were all at home, there was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and lunches being made for school and shit. So I've done my part. So this is almost like somebody done their part, maybe even secretly something had been created financially between these two that benefited just one aspect and not the other.